What's up my Pungios, Andy Vlogs, with eager anticipation for this video today. Today we're going to be giving you my first impressions of the newly released, like last week, GoPro Hero Black 9. This is super exciting. They've got basically upgraded all of their software to 3.0. They've made the body bigger. They've got replaceable lenses. We'll get through all of that here with the first impressions and give you like a quick side-by-side of the 9 versus the 8. And then following up here in the cards, or further on in the channel, I'm gonna be doing some deep comparisons of both cameras, 9 and 8. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like button, guys. I really appreciate it. So let's go into a quick old unboxing. You'll notice that the case is completely different. This is what was leaked weeks before it came out. They're getting rid of the plastic hard case, which is useless and unusable. Well, because it's just for show and no one really cares about that. You finally get an actual hard case. These things go online for like $30 to $50 depending on what kind of case you get, but look at that. I mean, this is fantastic. This is everything that you could imagine for GoPro. They really stepped it up. I'm going to talk about the best accessories of the GoPro, and this is what I currently use for my GoPros. It's got like this little case thing that you can see. We'll go over it. It's from Tenna, but anyway, let's open up this box here for you. You guys are going to be the first to see it. I'm not. I will not be the first. You will see exactly what it comes with. Wow. You get your instructions up here with this little bungee / mesh. In here you've got the battery, cables, and accessories, and then right here is the device itself. So let's go ahead and pull it out and show it to you guys. Ooh, it is hefty. It is much bigger than what I had anticipated. And of course, that front-facing screen is all that anyone cares about right now. Let's quickly take all this lame plastic off and get to the meat and potatoes of it. You get these little pull tabs to make sure that you can take off the screen, the plastic from the screens, and then the lens. And there she is in all her glory. Man, it is big, it is beefy, it is new, it is exciting. You can obviously see everything looks similar to the GoPro Hero 8. Now I'm looking at it closely. A few things here. The screen, honestly, on the front looks bigger than I imagined. You got your microphone down here. People are also saying that this little slot right here actually isn't one of those cases that opens up to charge. No, the charging bay is on the opposite side, still where the battery should be. But right there is supposed to be like your first inline mic. So the moment that it comes out from being submerged into water, that's supposed to be a technology that clears the mic so you can be able to hear really quickly out from water. It's pretty cool. You still have the retractable connectors. You got a bigger screen. The only thing initially out of the box I'm disappointed with, these are not hydrophobic screens. So if you get any water on the screens, they'll just sit there on the screen. And so you need to get a hydrophobic screen protector in order for the water to just roll off like a duck. They say to recycle this, so you can just get rid of it, and there you go. You can just throw your stuff in here. I don't really want to, but at least you've got a case to use. I mean, for those that don't have the ability to buy the case, I still recommend one with little compartments. And I bet you could buy those little dividers here, because it is a little felt lining that you could stick your things in. All right, let's do a quick side-by-side of the two devices. Right off the bat, you can tell it is taller. It is definitely taller. I'd say it's got a good inch on it. The lens itself is a little bit bigger. Obviously the front and the chin is a little bit bigger. The emblem right here is the same emblem. Side view here, you've got the same button arrangement. Again, it's a little taller. On the top, interestingly enough, seems to be a microphone port on the 9, as opposed to the 8 does not have one. It looks like the SD card and battery bay is a little bit bigger. Again, it is a little bit wider, a little bit taller, a little bit. And then on this side, you can see that you still have that same microphone port, but obviously you've got this flash microphone port that's not there on this side. There's just a little hole there. All right, your door is here for the battery, and all right here you'll see the doors that are open. Looks like the innards are a little bit bigger. You got the same charging port, and then obviously in the corner there you've got the SD card. And to show you here, the batteries are not compatible. As you can hear, it shakes. The 8 battery is not compatible with the 9. That is unfortunate. You also notice that when you have this out, you can see it's got that red line as well, indicating that it's not closed, but then once you latch it in, it closes. The door itself is removable, just like the 8. That way, if you want to turn it into a webcam, you can. The 8 can be taken off as well. I will admit that the construction here of the door is a little bit different. It looks like when it latches in there, the hook itself is turned in much more than this. I found that as I took this off more and more, it became looser and looser, so when I open the door, sometimes the whole thing actually comes off. This has a mechanism right down there that's almost like a spring steel that prevents it from, coming off all the time, and so that's really a really nice new improvement. Also, you can see the removable lens. This is obviously the 9. They've got the removable capability as they did from the 7. Obviously the 8 did not have the ability to remove the lens. So any way that you continue to turn it, it'll lock in place. So when it's off axis, that's where you pull it off. And then you just fasten it in. You just there's a spring effect to it, and you kind of twist it into place, and you can feel the metal kind of grinding into it. I am a little nervous about this gap right here in between the lens. It's kind of springy. As you take the lens off, there is, I feel like, some sort of a spring that is required to push it in order to fasten it tight. But I'm noticing that there is a gap in between that, and I don't know if that's a problem. Quick comparison of the batteries, you can tell that they are heftier, they're bigger. And as I said, one on the back side, the pull tab to pull them out, one's blue, one's black, denoting here that you're not able to cross compatible them, which is kind of depressing. But good thing I bought myself an extra battery. The battery says this bigger one is a 1700 milliamp, this is a 1200 milliamp, so you got a substantial difference in the capacity here. We are going to insert the battery for the first time. It goes in there snug. I'm going to go ahead and put my old SD card, which you'll want to have. These ones come with it. This is a 128 gigabyte. Same kind of a depress when you put it in and it stays firm. There it is, right down there. You're gonna go ahead and close it. You're gonna see the red, and you're gonna close it and close it tight so the red disappears. All right, we are gonna go ahead and turn on the camera for the first time by pushing the power button on the side. That is really loud. I'm gonna have to turn that down. There we are. And you got the front 9 right there. That's pretty cool. The 9 is bleeding through the camera, which is pretty fun. Right here, we're gonna go through some of the tutorial here to get it set up. It says legal stuff, accept, captures location, accept, install the app, blah, blah, blah. All right, so it knew that I had a GoPro Hero 9. Isn't that crazy? I'm on my phone, here's the app. Okay, we're gonna search for the GoPro Hero 9, see if we can find it. All right, I found it. Connect. It may take a second to send firmware and software updates to the camera itself. There we go, it connected. There we go, I think we have our first playback here for you guys. So you can see, that front-facing camera is pretty good, it's pretty nice. It does have the gyroscopic, so it knows which direction you're doing it. Okay, I saved it as Andy GoPro 9. One thing to note, the batteries are dead. You can see I only have 11% left. It's not good. You gotta charge it. Let's go ahead and take our first footage here. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the camera settings to 4K because that's what I'm shooting on. The GoPro screen, the user interface is very much the same as the 8. Very, very similar. There's a few things that I'll go through and troubleshoot in the future, but we went ahead and we changed it to what I want. This is the 4K, 30 frames a second. And I'm gonna go ahead and film myself now. All right, folks, this is the audio from the GoPro itself. I'm looking at myself from the front-facing camera. It's not too bad. And I'm not used to just looking at the screen. I have to look at the lens so that you can see that my eyes are looking right into your eyes. I'm really liking that the red light has now been moved to the front instead of the back of the camera. Now you can see that it blinks. There's that definite blinking light. There you guys. A few things that you can note on the back of the screen. The recording timer is now red as well. That beeping light on the back is the same as well. And it's not too bad. All right, folks, well, that is my initial impressions and unboxing. I am really, really excited. I'm really, really stoked. There are some big improvements from these two, and the real question is this really worth it? Is it worth upgrading from 8 to 9? And I think yes, yes, yes. There's so many little improvements. Bigger battery life, better user interface. All of the services and software are updated from 2.0 to 3.0. And from what I understand, you're not going to be getting 3.0 on the 8 or on the other versions. You got your front-facing camera. You got the lights are different. You got a better microphone. You got a whole bunch of different settings like 5K. So all in all, guys, I really think that this is a smart move. And I mean, if you end up having two GoPros, what's the big deal? They're so cheap, they're so affordable, it gives you such good quality, and I think it's really good, really important to have. With that said, guys, I'm gonna have a bunch of other videos going over the full-on comparisons of these two devices. I'm also gonna be going over the best accessories to get for your GoPro, and then some tips and tricks. So please stay tuned. Andy with Andy Vlogs, signing out. Thanks, guys.